Daredevil, Born Again, EP Sana Amanat Teases Season 2. The action is nonstop. The executive producer opens up about Daredevil and Kingpin's inevitable showdown. All season long, Marvel Television's Daredevil, Born Again has followed Murdock, Charlie Cox, and Fisk, Vincent D'Onofrio, as they try to forge a new path and leave behind their violent personas. But despite their best efforts, the two men find themselves falling back into their old roles as Daredevil and Kingpin, culminating with a deadly showdown at Mayor Fisk's inaugural ball in Episode 8, as Matt confronts Vanessa Fisk, Ayelet Zurer, for her role in Foggy Nelson's death. Bullseye, Bethel, crashes the party, forcing Matt to jump into action and take a bullet intended for the mayor. Ahead of the Season 1 finale, Daredevil, Born Again executive producer Sana Amanat sat down with Marvel.com to break down Murdock and Fisk's tense dance floor confrontation. Here, Amanat opens up about Daredevil and Kingpin's inevitable collision course, and shares some tantalizing details about Season 2. SANAAMANAT. It's been really thrilling. Episode 8 in particular is a marker of what we wanted to do with the show and our love for these characters, and it was really exciting to see the fans felt the same way. I feel like they understood our intentions and our visual approach. So many kudos to our directorial team, our camera team, and our entire crew, and of course, our writers Dario Scardapane and Jesse Wiguito, who wrote the script for Episode 8. I was really happy with the way the fans got it, and I'm excited to see what they think of the finale. MARVLCOM. Throughout the season, Matt Murdock and Vincent Fisk have mostly kept their distance from one another, but Episode 8 finds them face-to-face at Fisk's inaugural ball. What was fun for you about setting that confrontation in such a glamorous location? SANAAMANAT. I remember when Dario and Jesse were telling me how they wanted to crack the episode. Dario was like, 2 words, ballroom dance, and I was like, I'm in. Laughs. The show is so operatic in so many ways, and this sequence felt like an amazing culmination. There are some important revelations that happen in this episode, and it was important to have a showdown for these two characters. They've been having this truce that, unfortunately, was probably meant to be broken. We were in that location for about 5 days, and we were losing our minds by the end. It was definitely a dance, a literal dance, but also a figurative dance in terms of all the drama that was playing on the dance floor, with the reveals happening behind the scenes and Kingpin being Kingpin. It was super fun and super tricky, and I am so grateful that we were able to pull it off. SANAANAT. That was the most intriguing thing. These two characters are 2 sides of the same coin. They are ultimately always drawn to each other. They have some strange, magnetic, toxic pull toward one another, and we really wanted to play with that. We wanted to showcase the challenges that both of them are having by deciding to put away their quote-unquote masks, as well as the lore of their rivalry. There's so much story there to tell, and Charlie and Vincent are both such impeccable performers. Matt Murdock and Vincent Fisk are so layered and complex and flawed in similar ways. They choose to have different ends, different means, and different intentions. But oftentimes, their addiction to violence and darkness feels somewhat similar, and it was great to play with that. MARVLCOM. This season has also highlighted the complicated relationship between Wilson and Vanessa Fisk. We learn in Episode 8 that it was Vanessa who ordered the hit on Foggy Nelson. How did you want to explore their marital relationship? Namanat. I remember when we were going back and looking at Vanessa's character arc, I was intrigued by Daredevil Season 3, where she decided to tell Kingpin to kill Agent Nadim. She came in and she said, "I want to be your partner." She wasn't mad that he sent her away. I thought that was interesting, and I thought, what kind of woman decides to be with a man like this? What does it say about who she is? That's what we wanted to explore, the idea that if he had to go away, she takes over because she's smart enough to do it. We were really interested in what that did to the dynamics of the relationship. They were two people who were very much in love, but they also attained so much power. What does that do to their dynamic? What does that do to the concept of trust, especially when he was away? They're dark souls. They're doing dark, maniacal things. But there's real love there. And that is such a fascinating contrast.